Hi guys, and welcome again to another edition of Twisted Vapour. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend wherever you are. Now first guys, I want to start off this review with an apology to you lot at home. I know I said that the review should have gone up on Saturday. I did start doing the review on Saturday, but then the camera died, and by the time the camera charged up and I had my lunch and things, the kids were home and I had to look after my little ones. And family comes first, unfortunately guys, so I had to do that. Sunday I tried again to do the review, and then the arseholes next door to me decided they wanted to get the drills and the hammers out all day, so I was unable to do it because the noise that was in here was just unbearable as it is anyway, and I knew for a fact that the review would be completely ruined with drills and things like that. So today is Monday, they are now in work, it is now lovely, peaceful and quiet as you can hear now, lovely jubbly. So today we are going to be doing the review of the brand new Asmodus Bunker RDA. So without further ado guys, let's dive on down and finally have a little look inside its box. Okay then guys, so this is the packaging then for the brand new Asmodus Bunker RDA. As you can see, Asmodus have stuck with this round packaging like we've seen with the dog, and we also seen with the Valuna version too. I kind of like this packaging, it's nice and compact. A few people don't like it, but I kind of like it. So we do have this big viewing window as we are used to now. We have the bunker there in that lovely reflective rainbow style paint, as well as the RDA at the bottom there, Asmodus logo there. We've also got the blue sticker there, which means I did go for the blue one. Along the side we have the Asmodus there again, and we also have the scratch and check authenticity. On the bottom then guys, we do have the contents of the box. If you want to pause it there, you can do. And we also have our usual little warning there at the bottom. We do have that little stretchy hangy tab thing as well. So to get in this then, we do go from the bottom guys, we give it a little quarter of a turn like that, and the bottom will just pop off. Straight away you are going to be met with your little Asmodus Bunker user manual. Very nice, explaining you how to use things and important notices and stuff like that. Lovely jubbly. You're also going to get your two little Allen keys there, as you can see guys, and inside of there you are going to get your little bag of O-rings, spur seals and etc. And you are going to get two little Omni coils. Now we're not going to use the Omni coils in this video guys, because I have used both whilst testing. So we are going to be using our Tofo coil. But you get the idea, we do get the squonk pin there, a couple of spare screws and things like that, all inside of there. To get to the top half of this, where we want to get to, where our main dripper is and the glass, we just simply give this a push from the top. We can then remove the outer side, remove the top glass there like so. We can then get into the dripper there, and we can also get to our spur glass. Now this is the spur glass for the bunker, as you can see, a very small piece of glass, also very, well, not exactly the thickest there, as you can see. But yeah, there you go, there is the spur glass to the bunker. Let's take a little look at the actual dripper itself then. So this is the Asmodus Bunker RDA, and look at the blue. Oh, isn't that sexy? I've got the perfect little pen style mod that this is going to sit on in a bit. A little bit of matchy going on. Very, very, very nice. I love the blue. Absolutely love this blue and gold combo. Oof. Right, so let's get through it then. So on the top then guys, we do have a removable 810 drip tip, although it isn't a full 810 as you can see. We do have the two little O-rings going on there. Which is kind of disappointing. I would have rather have seen them do a proper 810 where we have the O-ring on the inside there instead of on the drip tip. So yeah, I would have rather seen it differently. But we do have an 810 there, as you can see. It just pops in just like so. At the top then, as you can see, we do have some of this little Del ring going on all the way around. Now that's to help you adjust your airflow, because the whole cap here is your adjustment for your airflow. And it also helps you to unscrew the top section, which we can do so like this, so that we can then drip down there with ease, or we can remove our glass piece. There we go. Now there is one thing I will say about this, guys, is the threads on the outside here go all the way down to that glass. So when you do thread this on, there is no stopper to stop the top cap going any further down. It will literally go all the way down and start to crunch onto the actual glass itself. So just bear that in mind. We just want to go as tight as we can go, but don't over tighten it, because you will crack your glass piece, which I have done so, and you may possibly see it somewhere along in this. But in fact, we'll show you, because it doesn't seem to be on the windows, so we'll have a look at it. There we go. I'll wait for the camera to focus. There we go. So there's my lovely little crack, and the reason for that, like I said, is because the threads don't stop. We'll try to bring it in closer so we can see this. There we go. So as you can see there, guys, the threads go all the way down and they don't stop before the glass. So when you go all the way down, we pop the glass back in, as you can see there, the glass is literally just riding above the thread. So if you tighten your threads down too much, you will crack your glass, which I found that out myself. So basically all we have to do, guys, is we just need to find the thread, go down till it pinches, just like that, and that is it. Don't go any further than that, because if you do, you will end up cracking your glass like I did. So yeah, bear that in mind, guys. So don't over tighten your top section there, because you will crack your glass. Moving a bit further down then, as you can see, we do have the Asmodus logo there, which is engraved very, very nicely. Slap bang in the middle, which I like. We've got the lovely bottom slot airflow there. We have our two little viewing windows, one there and one there. Again with the Asmodus logo there, as you can see. On the underside then, guys, we do have this lovely gold underside here with Bunker and Asmodus wrote down. Now there is one other little thing that gripes me here, guys, and that is this little 510 pin. Now this little 510 pin is not a squonk pin. This is your regular 510 pin. Now, what really annoys me, and I ranted about it with the Vapefly Galaxies, and what annoys me is if you are a newbie vapor and you want to try and start squonking, or you want to start dripping, or things like that, and you see that little hole there, you're automatically going to think that's a squonk pin. That is not a squonk pin. That is only half bored down. And yeah, it's just not going to work. And you're going to try and squonk it. It's not going to work. You're going to have a bad experience, and then they're going to sack it off. And it's wrong, guys. It's wrong. Put your 510s like they're supposed to be, like a normal 510 pin should be, like that, for example. That's a normal 510 pin. Why can't we do that, guys? It's not hard. It's not hard at all. Forget this idea of the half bore idea. Just remove it altogether. And yeah, if you are going to install your squonk pin, it's in your bag. So bear that in mind as well, guys. This is not a squonk pin. It's your regular 510 pin. We need to stop doing this. This is really annoying. But anyway, little rant over. Let's move on to the actual sizes of this little dripper then, because it's a really, really nice little dripper and I really do like it. And then what we'll do is we'll move on to the insides. We'll have a little look at the deck, and we'll also do a little build. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So let's get the old calipers out. We'll zero this off. We'll bring it out so we can actually see the damn thing. And yeah, let's go. So from the bottom there, we're looking at 24.35, guys. And from the bottom, including the drip tip, we are looking at 28.56. There we go. So that's what you're looking at, guys, in terms of your sizes. So what we'll do then is we'll bring in the lovely little Atty stand that I've got from Bessie Goldsmith over at Golden Vape UK. I will post a link in the description below, where he does fantastic little resin Atty stands as well as drip tips. Very, very, very nice guy. So yeah, let's move on. So what we can do then is we can pop off this top cap, and we'll have a little look inside of here first. Not much doming going on, as you can see, guys. It is quite flat at the top there, so you know, bear that in mind as well. It's not really, really oval. Although the sidewalls here are nice and thick, we also have two little pins there as well, so you can see them. There we go. Try and catch them properly on the camera for you guys. There we go. There's the two little pins. We have one there and we have one on the other side. Right? Now they line up inside of the decks, and that is what adjusts your airflow. So we just quickly put this back on. I'll show you the airflow in action. So there we go, there is the airflow there at full open. As you can see, we can then adjust it like that. It's now fully closed. It's not my favourite idea of airflow, if I'm honest. I'd rather like seeing it like an airflow ring instead of the barrel. I really don't like it when it's the barrel. I really don't. It ruins the dripper, I think. But yeah, let's move on. So we take this off and we'll have a little look at the deck itself then. So let's bring it in a bit closer so I'm not having to constantly pick the thing up and put it into the camera all the time. But yeah, there we go. There is our lovely, lovely little deck. We do have a lot of room in there for a nice sized coil. We also have our airflow slot here inside of our post, if you will. So there's one there and there's one just there. So the airflow will go through the main hole, up through the post, and then straight into the center of the coil. Your coil will sit roughly around about there, folks. So yeah, we can get a nice coil inside of there, which is why we're going to be using one of the Watofos. We have got this double O-ring situation going on, which I'm not a huge fan of because of this top O-ring. This top O-ring really does mess this dripper up big style. It really, really does. It lets it down. And the reason why it lets it down is because it's so hard to get your top cap back on and off all the time. And with doing that, it rubs a lot. Changing your airflow, it rubs a lot. And in doing so, guys, what happens is it chews up the actual O-ring itself. If I can zoom you in as close as possible onto this top O-ring, we may be able to see the damage. So if we take a little closer look at this top O-ring, there we go. As you can see, there's quite a lot of chewing up going on along the sides here. It's also chewing up along the top there. There's a little bit of plastic there, well, a bit of rubber coming off, as you can see. So it really does, yeah, it really does ruin it. I mean, look at that big chunk missing out of it there. Ah, it's disgusting. Let's bring it back out. There we go. So that really does let it down a lot. I wish they didn't do this. Now you can take this O-ring off and it will stay in place with the bottom O-ring, but then the airflow slots become a little bit loose. It feels like when you do turn it, it doesn't want to stay where it wants to stay, so it does loosen the top cap there. It will stay on. It won't fall off if you tip it upside down, but it just makes the actual adjustment of the airflow a little bit looser, that's all. But yeah, a bit unfortunate with that Asmodus. I wish you didn't do that, because this is actually really, really nice, especially for flavour. And we'll get on with that up in the up top section. But for now, I want to pay your attention to this lovely little configuration of the post, which I think a lot of people are going to not notice this at all, and it's going to go quite unnoticed. And personally, myself, I do think that this is an absolutely fantastic little idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a quick little drink, and well, I'll explain to you about this little post system we've got going on here, which is, like I said, it's really, really handy and I like it. Okay, so as you can see, the posts sort of slope down. Now this has nothing to do with airflow or anything like that. This is to help you coil it up. Now a lot of people have, it's gone unnoticed with a lot of people. This is to help you to coil it up, right? And I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to show you the way it is, the way they want you to do it, so to speak, to help you coil it up. So what we're going to do is we are going to undo these two little screws that we have here, which are little Allen screws. So we just undo them like so. So now they're open completely. Now we're ready to put the coil in. Now, like I said, we are going to use the Watofo coil, which I have just here. There we go. She's ready to go. Which is practically the exact same as the Omi coil in terms of diameter and stuff. So we'll stick with that. And yeah, I'm going to show you how it how they want you to like practically do it now. So the reason why these are like this is, like I said, it's for your little coiling jig. Now what we do is we get, if we just bring it out just a smidge. Ooh, wrong way. There we go. Just bring it out just a smidge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my coil on my coiling jig like that. So where my coil is now on my coiling jig and it's not going to move. Now this, I absolutely love this. I think this is really nice. To help the beginners out, what you do is you put your coil in the wrong way, and you basically put your coiling jig at the very top of your posts, as you can see there, right? In fact, let's bring it in so you can see this a bit better. There we go. So you put your coiling jig on the top of the posts, like so, and then as you run your coiling jig down them posts, to help if you have the coil in the right way, Mike. If when you run the coiling jig down, what happens is the legs automatically, as you can see, look at that, they just slot straight into place. So where then you can remove your coiling jig and your coil is perfectly in line with where it needs to be. I think that is really, really nice. I mean, we can do it manually and just turn it like that, you know what I mean, which is just as easy, I suppose, you know what I mean. We can just do that and it's in, and we can just faff around like that. But their idea of being able to put our coiling jig on the top of the posts and to run the coiling jig down the posts and for it to slot in like that, I think is actually quite a nice idea for beginners. You know, I mean, I know, like I said, it's just as easy just to not even use the coiling jig at all, just like throw it away. There's your coil. We could just also do the exact same thing and go like that, which is just as easy. But I like the idea, I like where they're going with it. I like the fact that they do say, you know, they have decided to sort of try and help out with the newbie vapor of, you know, being able to slide it down. I may be chatting bollocks, guys, I don't know, but I kind of like that, you know. I kind of like the way it runs down and then just sits on top like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply put the coil in, and we are going to get a build in this thing, because I have waffled on a little bit here now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off the little Atty stand, I'm going to put it on my little coil master here, and get this coil finally in and stuff like that. So let's zoom it on there, like so. I'm just going to quickly pop the coil in. There we go, put the coiling jig back in, just to steady it out. And what I'm going to do, I want the coil to be right over the top of that little pin, so it's dead centered, like so. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to tighten up these little screws just a smidge, just to stop the coil from moving. And then I'm going to push down on the coil so the sides of the coiling jig hit the sides of the dripper. I'm going to push it down like that, and I'm going to hold it down like that, nice and steady in the middle, and then we're going to tighten this down. Now the reason why I'm holding it down nice and tight against the edges here is so the coil then will be perfectly lined up with the airflow slots that are coming out of the side of the posts. So I'm going to tighten these up nice and tight like so, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the coiling jig. I'm going to trim down our leads. Now what we want to do with these leads, guys, is we want to just bend them up just a smidge so we can actually get the snips in there. Let's bring it out a little bit because we are way too zoomed in. There we go. And I'm just going to trim these right down, like so. Like that. And then we're going to trim the other side, like that. Let's give it a little pulsing in. Get rid of these hot spots. There we go, lovely jubbly. And what we're going to do now is we're going to throw some cotton in. So the cotton on this is pretty simple, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to use some of this lovely Firebolt cotton from Vapefly. Absolutely amazing cotton this, I really do like it. This cotton and the Watofo little shoelace cottons I think are absolutely amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this coil to cool down just a smidgen more. And yeah, let's get some cotton in this then. So straight through. And we'll pull this cotton through nice and slowly. So about there. Lovely. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to trim this now to the edge of the dripper, just like so. One there. And one there. Lovely. Just sort that out. Let's fluff the cotton up. Nice and simple. Fluffing up the cotton. Lovely fluffy cotton. Pop it down into the hole, like so. Jobs are good then. Turn it around, do the exact same on the other side. Fluff that up, pop it in the hole. Lovely. And it should, when you're done guys, look something like that. Very nice, very straightforward. So we're going to use some Sussex Vapour's Cola Buzz. I really enjoy this Cola Buzz. It's a really nice Haribo style cola bottle, if you will, the old school ones. Very, very nice. So I'm just going to give this a good soak in here like that. Soak all the coil. Give it a little pulse maybe. Oh, and smell them cold, but it smells just like Haribo. It really does. You know when you open a bag of Haribo and you smell like the fried eggs and the cola bottles. Oh, lovely. Right, so there we go. So all we need to do now then guys is put our top cap on, and what we want to do is we want to make sure these little pins are lined up on the side of our deck. If we look on the side of the deck there, we have our airflow as you can see, but just down the side of it we have a little run right there, and these little runs line up with that airflow. So let's get the pins on then to that little section, give it a little push, and there we go, we are nice and in place. We can then unscrew this off the little tab, bring it out. Oop, wrong way. There we go, and we're going to shove it on the Mod 101, and I think this is going to look quite nice on here. So let's shove it on there like so. Let's open that airflow so it's nice and fully open, and yeah, there we go. That's what it looks like on the EH Pro Mod 101. I like that. Slightly difference in the blue there, slight difference in the blue, but I do like the look of that indeed. So let's go back up top then guys and give this a vape, and we'll do our pros and cons, and we'll let you know where you can get yourself one from. So let's go back up top, give it a vape. Okay guys, we are back and we are ready to have a little vape on the lovely Asmodus Bunker RDA. So the juice we are using guys, as you've seen in the up close and personal, is some Sussex Vapour's Cola Buzz. As you guys already know, I really am a big fan of this juice. It's a lovely all day cola bottle style vape. No menthol, no fizz, it's just really nice. It's a nice Haribo style cola bottle, really nice all day vape. I will post links down in the description below where you can go and get this for yourself, including the 10% discount code as well. If you simply type in Twisted10 just before you make your purchase, that will take that 10% off guys from your 120ml bottles. So yeah, keep a lookout in the description below. As you're also seeing guys, we are using the EH Pro Mod 101. This thing is absolute royalty to me. I really like this mod. It's my go-to mod for all my juice reviews, as well as my juice reviews over on Vape Rattle and Roll. Yeah, it's with me all the time. So we're going to use this. Plus, it's a color match, isn't it? It's a color match. So yeah, we're using the EH Pro Mod 101. Fantastic little mod. We're going to be using this at 65 watts, guys, with the airflow wide open. And what we're going to do is we are going to have a little bit of a vape, and we're going to have a little chat about it, and we're going to do our pros and cons. So let's have a little vape then with the airflow wide open, 65 watts on the brand new Asmodus Bunker RDA. Certainly no slouch when it comes to producing that vapor production, nor is any slouching in the flavour department either. So what do we think? Well, I really do like the vape. I like the smoothness of the airflow. I like the flavour I'm getting. I like the fact that it's a single coiled RDA. Now we all know the king of flavour guys, and still is the king of flavour, which is the recurve from Watofo. We all know that is the king of flavour. And it still is. This is not taking that top spot, although it is pretty darn close. I'd say this comes in roughly around second place for me in terms of that single coil RDA. experience. And I really do like the flavour I'm getting from this. Not as much as I like it from the recurve. Not as much as I like the airflow from the recurve as well. The airflow in this is just as smooth, but I just like the recurve just a little bit more. I really do. But this is really, really nice. I do like the airflow, I do like the flavour, and I do like how simple it is to use that deck. I love the posts. I think that's genius. It's really nice. It's when you use your coil, try it. It sounds daft, but try it. When you use them yourself on your coiling jig, I mean, you've seen how easy it is to coil up, guys, but if you do it yourself, it's quite satisfying. It's quite enjoyable. I don't know why, it just is. It's a bit of a novelty, I suppose, as well. But I like it. I do like it. I also like the little viewing windows, even though they can get fogged up. Now, thanks to Victor Mullen over at Vaping with Vic, he did suggest if you put a little bit of e-juice along the window first, that will stop the fogging. And I will confirm that actually does work. I did the same trick, and as you can see, guys, after a couple of little vapes that we've already had, them viewing windows are still very, very clear. So big thanks to Victor Mullen over there, over at Vaping with Vic, to suggesting that little idea, because it really does work, guys. If you don't do it, it will fog up, and it'd be absolutely pointless having that viewing window. So yeah, I do like them viewing windows as well. It helps you keep an eye on the cotton, so then you know when to change it, as well as the coil. Some people could see it as a bit of a novelty, I suppose, but you know, I do like it myself. I also like the little engraving on the sides here with the Asmodus logos. I like them as well. I love the knurling at the top there for the top cap, so you can easily adjust your airflow as well as take it off altogether to replace that glass. So I like that as well. I like the construction of it. It feels solid, it feels robust, and again, it's Asmodus. And pretty much, that's pretty much all I like about it. Now, in terms of cons, guys, there are quite a few for me with this RDA, which is a shame because I really do like the flavour and the airflow system that's got going on. I like it as a dripper. But the way these certain things are just bugging me, you know? Like the 810 not being a proper 810. Why put O-rings on your 810? Why not have it as a normal 810 and have it more open to a vast amount of 810s that people can easily customise on? So, again, I don't like the 810. The way they've done that, so there's a con for me. The next little con is the top cap itself. I don't like how the threads go all the way down past the glass, so people are going to tighten this down and they're just going to go crunch, just like I did. So yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like that top I don't like that top O-ring. It's restricting the airflow a lot. When you come to adjust it, it does tighten up the airflow. And when you take the top cap on and off, it's just chewing it up anyway. So I don't like the top O-ring. I think that's a bit of a bust idea as well, which is a shame, guys. It really is. There are a couple of cons that I really don't like about it. The 510 pin. Why has it got a hole in it if it's not a squonk pin? You know, little things like that really do piss me off, and for those reasons, there are my cons, guys. Now, this is just my own opinion. Yours might be different. You know, it is all, you know, my opinion versus your opinion. It's just what I personally feel, guys. There are a few things that I don't like about this dripper. But in overall aspect, if you look at it in terms of flavour, I do like it coming from a flavour standpoint. Flavour, I like. The simplicity of the coil, I like. The posts, I like. And the airflow system, as I've said, I like. I just don't like everything else, which is a shame. So yeah, where would I rate this thing then? I would rate this roughly around about a 6, maybe a 7. Yeah, about a 6 or a 7 I'd rate it out of 10 for the way, just because of the niggly things. There are a few niggly things, and it's so annoying because I really do love Asmodus. I was a huge fan of the Luna. I was a huge fan of the dog. I do like Asmodus products, and for that to come out like that, it's just a little bit disappointing for me. But again, guys, like I said, just my opinion, you know. I mean, like I said, you might absolutely love this thing and think, no, Mike, you're absolutely bloody wrong. It's the best thing since sliced bread. And that might be true for you, but personally for myself, I'm just not feeling it. Just not feeling it all that much. It's nice for flavour. I'll give it that. It's right up there near the recurve for flavour, but the way it's designed and things like that, it does bug me. But anyway, we're waffling. we're waffling. Where can we go and get this from? We can go over to greyhaze.co.uk. There will be a link down below. You can go and pick this up right now for £20.29. Not a bad little price, that. So I will post links down below of where you can go and get this thing for yourself. I think that about wraps it up on this Asmodus Bunker review. And yeah, again, apologies guys, it took so long to get up. I will try and improve on my input on the channel a bit more, because I have slacked off quite a lot, I know. You know, just with things being of like illness, and obviously next door being complete arseholes half the time. And obviously having to run a family as well, with it being Christmas as well. So it's quite a busy time. Plus we've got vape, rattle and roll going on. It is really busy all the time, and I do try and get a review out as much as I can. But I will try it even harder for you guys, because I know I have been slacking on the channel a little bit. So I do apologise for that. So that does officially wrap it up for this Asmodus Bunker review, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Either way, it's great input. It makes me know whether I'm doing something good or something bad. If you have any suggestions or anything that you want me to change within the reviews, or if you had anything that you want me to change personally myself, please post it down in the comments below. I will look forward to reading those. I always do. And I think that does now officially do this for this review. I have waffled your ear on way too long. I've got other things that I need to do as well today. I need to get set up for another review that we'll be doing, which I'll post soon on the Facebook group. And I've got to also get ready things ready for vape, rattle and roll. So until then, guys, I will see you later on, or possibly even tomorrow. And if I don't see you then, I will definitely see you live at 8 PM over on the VUKN YouTube channel over at Vape, Rattle and Roll. Until then, guys, I will see you then. Bye for now.